Welcome to High Altitude live stream for the 16th of July. So, yeah, this live stream is titled Bitcoin Bottom. So basically, we're just trying to figure out whether this is the actual bottom on Bitcoin. I'm going to go ahead and turn off that right there. Okay. Awesome. Now, if you guys have any questions, you guys can use the live chat to ask those. And I'm also not in my computer. I'm in a different state right now, so I'm using somebody else's laptop computer. So we'll see how this goes. What's up, James? Welcome. Welcome everybody to the stream. Yeah, so this is basically just whether this is going to be the actual Bitcoin bottom or not, and then we're going to take suggestions for coins that you want me to analyze. What's up, Neighborly? And we'll just kind of go from there. But yeah, talk about straight blood for a week. A lot of dumping. So you guys can start dropping coins that you would like me to analyze, and I will go ahead and start writing those down right now on my cell phone and go from there. Yes, I have a 10% per portfolio in BTC right now. I'll probably add more when we can break above descending resistance. So let's see here. Ooh, now we're getting tons of requests. Ah! Oh my goodness. I don't know if I can keep up with all of these. Monero, BTS. It's good to see all of this. LTC. Anybody want Dash? I want Dash. I'm gonna throw it on there. Dash. Ripple. Yeah, STR. Goodness. Factum. Looks like I got my work cut out for me for the next 20 minutes or so. Stellar. You guys can hear me good, right? Everything's working fine. Just making sure. Dash sucks. BTS. LTC short. XRP XEM. Alright, we'll go XEM. That's a good one. Strat is another really good one. Stratus. That one bounced really hard, which is a good sign. Stop requesting shitcoin. Brazil. No, I actually do my analysis pretty quickly here. So yeah, alright. So I've got these coin requested. Sorry if I missed any coins, but these are the ones I'm going to go with. So I'll just start top down on the list. But first we'll go with Bitcoin, because that's what I'm really interested in. Yeah, welcome everybody to the stream. It's a fine Sunday today. Alright, so I actually bought more Bitcoin. I've been buying a little bit in the 2000 range, and then I bought more today, actually a bigger portion of my position, buying the dip at the 618. So after kind of analyzing Bitcoin, I've decided that this is an overbought area, and the actual resistance would be in this zone right here. So I decided to go ahead and redraw my Fibonacci from the breakout to that resistance, and that comes out to a pretty nice bounce at the 618 here. So I'm thinking that since this lines right up with this ascending support, that as long as we can break out of this descending resistance when we come back on the upside closer to like the 2100 and 2200 range, then so yeah, I'm going to sell my Bitcoin at 2200 and wait for the breakout and resistance at 2200 right here, this purple line. I'm going to go ahead and drop this chart in the chat actually for you guys. This is a chart I made for my VIP members earlier today. So I'm going to go ahead and drop this one for you guys. So yeah, bullish on Bitcoin. Currently we've had a major dip. I was just waiting for that really, really big dip day right here. This is what I wanted to see, is another one of these, because the last time we had one of those big dips, look at how nice this rebound was. This dip from here to here, we had a nice rebound, right? So I was waiting for something that just was, the panic just didn't even make sense, right? And that's exactly what this was. So, and it lands right onto the 618 and ascending support. So this is looking very good to me. So I went ahead and bought more Bitcoin. And I really, I really doubt that this is going to be fall through, is what I'm saying. I really doubt this is going to fall through this support right here. It looks like a nice range of support. We might kind of bounce around down here kind of hard due to a lot of FUD, but look at all this divergence on the RSI. We have a lot of divergence on the RSI. It's oversold. That panic is real, very real. So it's just a good time to expect a bounce in the markets, especially with all the FUD recently. It's a nice time to be looking to buy. So I did. So yeah, that's my thoughts on Bitcoin. Is I'm gonna go ahead and sell at 2,200 and be interested in re-entering when we can break that descending resistance. And then I really would not be surprised if we saw $5,000 Bitcoin before August, which is a big thing to say, but I honestly wouldn't be surprised if that's what we'd come to. So Monero, talk about an interesting coin. This one is just overselling at the top. It looks like we have a little bit more of a dump here. I can tell you right off the bat because I see a mini little descending triangle. Like this is a descending triangle. Something that I like to look for is what direction is the market rounding. So if you're wanting to see whether a market is starting to bottom out or whether it's still just dumping, look at what way the market is rounding out. So for example, the market is rounding over right here. And when Bitcoin rounded over at the top, it dumped more. And the market rounded below here. See how it's rounded on the bottom now? Right here. So if you can find that rounded shape, then that's usually rounded can tell you bullish or bearish. So we kind of have, let me show you, hold on. Where is this line? We kind of have this rounded top right here, where it rounds out at the top and then it slings lower. Then we have this rounded bottom right here and it slings higher. This rounded top right here and it slings lower. So I'm thinking that this rounded top and this descending triangle could very easily swing a little bit lower. Probably down to, let's draw Fibonacci, since Fibonacci is life. All right. Breakout resistance. Yeah, so it wouldn't surprise me if we drop down to the 618 one more time in Monero. And that buy range is this. Oh, and by the way, somebody commented on my last video and they were talking about the July picks. If you look at those charts, it tells you where the market goes bullish or bearish. So go and click those charts and press play, because when I upload those charts, I'm actually waiting for the breakout. That's why if you look at the charts, it clearly explains wait for the bullish breakout or wait for the bearish breakout to determine whether you buy or whether you sell the market. Most of these markets went bearish on us. So somebody was like, oh, but you made a video for altcoins in July, but why did you make that video when you're holding Tether? Because I was holding majority in Tether, right? And it's like, well, you wait for the break before you buy. And I explained that in the video too. So I just wanted to point that out to you guys. Anyways, so yeah, it would be very likely that we bounce lower here in XMR, probably into this range right here. We might bounce off ascending support instead of oversell. So yeah, I'd be looking and be more interested in buying XMR closer to the 0.0140 range. Now Ethereum, this one actually looks like it's bottomed out finally. So as you guys know, I was telling people to sell Ethereum at the top before we had this huge panic. If you follow me on Twitter, which you totally should, high altitude INV, then you would know that I was talking about this quite a bit. And if we draw from the fibs, it looks like we've hit our 618, right? But it also wouldn't surprise me if we dump to a little bit lower one more time, just because of a lot of overselling. But yeah, I wouldn't be interested in Ethereum until we can break descending resistance. So if we can break above this line here, so if you go to tradingview.com, you can draw these lines too. If we can break above this line here, then I would be interested in Ethereum. Right now, it's just kind of dumping off, right? So you want to be waiting for a breakout and resistance, and it hasn't made that yet. Although I will say it's getting very close to its bottom, so if you're a dip buyer, we can zoom in a little bit lower. See, I generally buy breakouts, but if you're a dip buyer, I might be interested in buying closer to the 0.0629 if I was interested in buying this dip. So yeah, it looks like it's got a little bit more bearish movement left. But overall, after it makes this bottom formation, Ethereum is going to be bullish. It's got a lot of money going into it. It's a big project. So unless something magically just completely destroys a project, I'm bullish on Ethereum once we can find its bottom. Awesome. BitShares. Let's go look and see what the chat's saying right now. Dead cat 2200 major dump. Bro, look at the BTC chart. Can't see. Is that SegWit for Bitcoin? By the way, you guys, I do not trade fundamentals. I've been getting so many messages and things about this hard fork in Bitcoin, and I do not trade fundamentals. I trade the chart patterns. I do not sell or buy ever based on news, ever. I have a trading plan, and then if I get stopped out, I take my loss, and if I hit my target, then I take my profit. But I never trade based on fundamentals. I do technical analysis. So yeah, let me go back over to BitShares here. Ooh, BitShares is getting very close. Very close. Yeah, that looks pretty good. But it also wouldn't surprise me with BitShares if it did the same thing as Stellar, where we have this ascending support here. And it goes clear down to that ascending support like Stellar did. I'll show you here in a second when I analyze Stellar. So we could have more bearish movement in BitShares here. But you want to be waiting for breakouts, right? So yes, this is on the 786 Fibonacci, but I would be interested in this if it breaks descending resistance. Okay, do you see that line? If we can break above that, then I'm interested at buying when it falls back to support. Normally when things break out of descending resistance, they hit some support and then they break out and then they fall back onto support, right? So it usually provides a good entry because it confirms that it's broken both descending resistance and landed onto a cheap buy and good risk to reward ratio for an entry because it has a high chance of bouncing when it goes that low. So yeah, BitShares definitely could have some more bearish movement here down closer to this support trend line around the 2200 Satoshi range. This is just a huge pump and dump, basically, and I think it's going to do a similar thing as Stellar, like I mentioned. So, all right, now let's go ahead and look at Litecoin. This is my biggest position right now. Biggest position is in Litecoin, folks. Ooh, ooh, yeah. So that's why. I didn't see that. I'm glad that it's moving bullish right now. I didn't see that until just now. Yeah, that looks freaking good. That looks really good. So just like the other ones have descending resistance, this one has ascending support. See how support is just ascending with this formation? And then actually this one, the support got really high. It started ascending even steeper due to the fact that there's a lot of buying power in this market. This one is going to break to new all-time highs. And as far as I'm concerned, we'll see a $100 Litecoin soon. So be paying attention to that. It's why it's my biggest position right now, because it's one of the safest to be holding. I'm going to go ahead and stack these fibs. So when I draw fibs for targets, I just clone my Fibonacci, stack them on top of each other. It's a little trick that I invented. And then I look for 236 and the 382 for targets. So yeah, with Litecoin 0.036 is a really good target price, and I think that we'll hit that within the next week. So be watching Litecoin very carefully. And as long as if we break this resistance right here today, then I'm very, very excited for the prices of Litecoin. I already have my position in it, so I won't do anything crazy, but I'm very excited about Litecoin, you guys. Everybody's talking about it. Everybody knows. It has SegWit, so there you go. All right, dash BTC. Cool. This one's another one that I have quite a bit of money in. Even though it's super volatile and I hate all these pumps and dumps all the time, like the chart pattern I can't really like get over. So, you know, gotta do what you gotta do. I still trade coins that I hate if the chart pattern looks good. So there's a tip of the day. Trade coins not based on whether you like or dislike the coin, but purely based on whether the chart pattern looks good. That's my advice for you. So yeah, ascending support. Again, you guys, this is very, very common to have this ascending support like this. And it's a good buy signal. So with Dash, I think that we're headed up to previous resistance at 0.0123. So definitely one that I'm watching when I'm already holding. Ripple. I took my losses on Ripple. If you guys follow me on Twitter or TradingView, then you know. But I'm still super interested in this market, especially since we're starting to bottom hard right here, and my buy orders were filled down at the 6,300. Again, if you follow me on TradingView, then you know this. Wow. What in tarnation? How did I manage to do that? All right. XRP. Ripple, Bitcoin. Wow, now I have Heikin-Ashi candles. Not that I have anything against them, it's just... What? This is weird. It's like it loaded some default settings or something that I had. Yeah, XRP looks very good, you guys. I'm holding some more that I bought. What in tarnation? Oh, this is from one of my old TradingView ideas. Yeah, so now all the candles are different colors. I don't even know how I managed to do that. Mad skills on Dallin's end here. How do you guys like my whale hat? I just saw this today at the grocery store and I had to get it. So, who knew? Borders, green. There we go. Now my candles look somewhat better. So yeah, I had buy order set down right here. I posted on my TradingView. If you guys don't follow me, it's Dallin_Anderson. And I'm very interested in this market because I think we have another parabolic leg up towards the 2,000 or 20K Satoshi range, and then possibly a break in resistance there up to the 40K Satoshi range. So yes, I'm still bullish on the entire cryptocurrency market capitalization, you guys. I'll talk about that towards the end of the video. I've already touched on it yesterday in my video, Is Cryptocurrency Dead? If you guys are interested, go ahead and check that out. But yeah, Ripple looks very good. Very good. So keep your eyes on XRP. Yeah, I took my losses up here just because I was interested in some other coins and I didn't want to ride down this dip. So I took my losses and found another entry on Ripple. Stellar. This is the one that I'm talking about that looked similar to the way BitShares is playing out. So as you can see, we have this ascending support here that's like pretty low, but very, very, very strong right here. And that's what it came clear down to. It came clear down to there. I posted this also in my VIP entries that I posted an update and I said, hey, look, I think that Stellar is going down clear to this spot because this one is going to moon very hard. Stellar will moon very hard. And that's because the banks basically knew that this would happen. So they just bought in right there, let everybody panic all the way up, and then let them panic all the way down, and then bought in again. And that's because they understand that this is going to moon super hard. So yeah, I'm still bullish on Stellar. I think it's going to break all-time highs. So be watching Stellar. I have entries, and I bought Stellar myself. I'm getting a lot of phone calls right now. Factum. Yes, another great coin. Live up, BitShares will make you rich. No, I missed the first train. Yeah, talk about a lot of people in today. I cannot wait. I cannot wait for this next parabolic pump. Anybody that sold due to the panic is gonna hate themselves in a few weeks. Seriously, you guys are all gonna be so mad at yourselves. Yeah, Factum looks really good, you guys. Let me go ahead and draw fibs here, because Fibonacci is life. HODL, Fibonacci is life. I want a shirt that says HODL really bad. Somebody should make me one and then ship it to me. Alright, so yeah, we have a bounce on the 618 Fibonacci on Factum, and I think that this pump is just the beginning of a nice sequence that will play out. You guys should definitely check out Elliott Waves, and then also Crypto Picasso, because I've been watching some of his stuff, and I took his course. I highly recommend it as well as mine. And we have like a very nice pattern coming out here in Factum that I suspect will have another parabolic pump coming. So definitely keep your eyes on Factum, the ones that I'm watching myself and holding. I'm actually holding a lot of the market, and in my long-term account, I've been taking major losses lately. So don't think that I haven't been taking losses with you guys. It's just my personal day trading account that I was mainly in Tether, but as far as my long-term account goes, it's down pretty heavily right now. So don't feel like, don't feel like I missed the train. Like, everybody took losses in this period of time, and I've been getting stopped out a lot because the conditions aren't good. That's another thing, is you want to wait for super good trading conditions, because if you don't have the perfect conditions for trading, it's not even worth your time. But we are headed towards those conditions again, and right now we're setting up nice bottom formations in the market capitalization, so that's super exciting. Okay, no economy movement, XEM. Oh yeah, this one is bearish. So with this one, I think that we have to pull back a lot harder due to the ramping of this buy. And also, this one actually does this quite a bit. It does these parabolic pumps and then breaks down afterwards. For example, this one, this big parabolic pump, has a little bounce right here and then still breaks down lower. So I think this will fractal out, meaning it will do the same pattern, just bigger, basically, in layman's terms. So I think this one's going to pump clear up like this, pull back, maybe bounce a little bit right from where it's at, and then bull trap and go lower, rounded bottom out, and then go for another swing. So what that may look like is something more along the lines of this, before it starts to really make another. Hold on. And you guys, this just takes a lot of practice to be able to see markets like this, and education. That is like the most important thing, is educate yourselves. I have a course, links in the description. Like, education is super important, and it's valuable. It's very valuable. Because when I lacked education, I also lost a lot of money trading cryptocurrency back in, early 2016, when I had no clue what I was doing and was chasing all the coins. But yeah, so I think that we'll probably make like a little bull trap formation right here and then fractal out that same pattern. See how it came up like this huge pump, comes down, bull trap, and then goes lower, round and bottom out. I think that we're going to do that same thing here in XEM again. So I'm not interested in buying this market quite yet. Unless you want to trade the mini bounce, but it's not really worth it. Strat. This one is going to be huge. Huge. You guys, it's going to be very, very big. I'm super excited for Stratus. So, this one, you have this nice, very, very strong ascending support range that we just bounced off of. So let's wait for a breakout and descending resistance before I'm buying. But I will be very interested in Stratus if we break above the 0.00174 range again and out of this descending resistance zone, because I think that this is the first little pump in a bigger parabolic move. So yeah, definitely watching Stratus heavily myself. Yeah, so those are the main ones that I wanted to go over. Now let's go ahead and round up kind of on market capitalization, some things more like that. Refresh on Poloniex here. Yeah, against Bitcoin, Litecoin's the one doing the best right now, which is very nice, especially since it's my biggest position. Puts a big smile on my face. And this one, I bet you today we see this break previous resistance. I bet you that Litecoin breaks previous resistance within the next 24 to 48 hours. Looks very good. And you know, with this one, it has such a good risk to reward ratio for buying that if you buy on a green candle, you're not really breaking the rules. It's still a good risk to reward ratio for entries. It's better if you can get lower, of course, because every little bit counts. But right here isn't terrible for buying. It's actually pretty good for buying Litecoin because it's going to break this major resistance. And when it does, a lot of people are going to get really rich. So definitely keep your eyes on coin. But yeah, let's go ahead and hop over to the coinmarketcap.com. And yeah, for anybody that's been losing money, just don't get discouraged, you guys. It's okay. Like, everybody loses money doing this, especially if you're new to the, oh wow. Gotta exit off that. Just kidding. Especially if you're very new to this and don't really know what you're doing, it's completely understandable. Make trading plans so that you have a spot to sell if you're wrong and if you're right, and then you're not making angry, illogical comments on my YouTube videos. So yeah, as far as market capitalization goes, I think we have a lot of ways to go. I mean, again, I use this analogy in my video, Is Cryptocurrency Dead, that I made yesterday, but I can't stress this enough, that we only have $66 billion in this. There's like single companies worth more than that. Google, Apple, Microsoft, like all $500 billion, $600 billion market caps, right? That's a single company. This is thousands of companies and thousands of ideas all being built and constructed, and it's revolutionary on a level that you know, those companies really even, well, they were at the time, but like now, this is really just edge groundbreaking technology. It is, and I do not see it going anywhere. And a $66 billion market cap is nothing in the world of finance. Like, just wait until cryptocurrency really starts to take off. And in my head, and I've talked with other people that see the same thing, it's very possible to see a $1 trillion market cap before we have pulling back. So, you know, that might be crazy for some to hear, but that's my personal belief and what I see happening. So let's do a total market capitalization analysis here for YouTube, live on YouTube. So yeah, I do not think that this is the beginning of one of these patterns. I think that this is the first pullback in, I'll show you back in the market cap to explain. I think that we are right here in the market cap, you guys. Do you see how it comes clear up, clear up, clear up, clear up, pumps, and then pulls back to like 7 billion after it hit 8 or almost 9 billion. It pulls back to, let's see, what is that? Yeah, 5.6 billion. I think that's where we're at in market capitalization right now. Or maybe even this one. we'll kind of have to see as the market goes, but look for certain patterns that you can trust. But yeah, if we go back over here and we look at market capitalization where we're at right now, and then pull into a little bit closer, give ourselves a nice big view of the market cap here. Come on, load. Once things start going parabolic, they literally get so blown completely out of proportion that it doesn't even make sense anymore. And that's what I'm waiting for in market capitalization, is to where it doesn't make sense. And right now it still makes sense for it to go up. Yeah, so it's just bouncing off major ascending support. Let's see. You can see this ascending line right here. If you draw a line on this, when it starts to get steep right here, this is ascending support line that it landed on at 67 billion. It's also an area that was previous resistance and support. So I'm expecting a nice bounce here, at least a bounce, and if not a major bounce, and then another parabolic move in market capitalization, which is what I personally think is going to play out. I think that we're going to have a major bounce here, maybe a little bit of resistance again at 95 to 100 billion. We'll have a little bit more resistance, a little more blood, and then we're going to have a major pump past 100 billion and clear up to the 200 billion mark, or the 300 billion mark in market capitalization. So be watching for that. I still believe Ripple has a high leading chance and possibility of breaking above the percentage of market capitalization over Bitcoin, but we'll kind of see how that plays out. Definitely think Ethereum has a minute before it runs against that as hard as Ripple will in the next little while. But yeah, so that's kind of my market capitalization analysis, is that we're still looking very good. There's been a lot of panic. I've been getting crazy emails, you name it, I've had it. So it's wild. But people get on here and they see all this red and it just makes them want to sell. And I completely understand. I've watched Ethereum come up from 50 cents, just as one example. So I've been around these markets for a long time, and I know how they just scale. I know how they fractal out, and then they get into new perspectives, and then everybody sees it, and they're like, oh no, it's selling, but it's really just the start. And like, they make decisions that they wish they hadn't have. Last time that you sold something and you wished you hadn't have, just think of this right now. Just be like, okay, I'm a hodl through this dip and wait. Because cryptocurrency is small in comparison to its potential and where it's going. So yeah, that's basically what I really wanted to go over today in live streams. Let's see. XRP. I disagree with your hat, dude. Why do you disagree with my hat? It's a whale. I'm sorry. I got burnt on chain 75% August month. Yeah, I think that this is going to be an extremely bullish month through, towards the end of this month, we're going to have bullish movement. And then during August, I wouldn't be surprised if we saw insane movement. You guys have to remember that news gets priced in quickly. So everybody knows about all the FUD right now. They've all already sold. All of the FUD for August 1st is already sold. In my eyes, it's already priced into the market. So, but yeah, we'll see how this stuff goes for the next little while. I just wanted to make sure you guys all understood that things are going okay. I know that a lot of you have a lot of money invested in this, and I do too, and I care. And that's why I created this channel, was to educate and help people. From the very start, that's all I wanted to do. And I see this as a good opportunity for me to stream to you guys and let you guys know that this is okay. Everything will be okay. It's not like altcoins are dead. It's not like Bitcoin is dead. This is just a pullback. This is just panic. This happens. This is natural market movement. This is because 90% of the market has no clue what they're doing. But the 10% of you that do, the 10% of you guys that are watching my videos, and the 10% of you guys that are educating yourself, and the 10% of you guys that have trading plans, and the 10% of you guys that are willing to invest a little bit of money into education for this, it really goes a long way if you just take a step back and like educate yourself, try not to buy into the emotion, don't trade news, and just follow the steps that I'm always talking about. Have a trading plan, the basics. Just stick to the basics, because when you see all this red, it's easy to overthink and overcalculate, and you've lost money. And so do not fall into analysis paralysis. Don't overwhelm yourself. Don't get discouraged, because you can make every penny that you've lost back in the next little while in cryptocurrency. I guarantee that, with the way that these markets move, if you're willing to. So yeah, I guess that's mainly what I wanted to go over for you guys today in the stream. Like I said, it's just an update, kind of keep you guys updated on my thoughts and feelings in these markets. So yeah, pretty fun, right? A lot of blood, but it's okay. We'll get through this, you guys. HODL for life, HODL for life. So yeah, thank you guys so much for tuning into my video today. I really do appreciate it a lot to have you guys come in for this. I know that everybody gets busy and stuff, but it's always good to be educated and make a little money, and that's what I'm hoping you guys do. So, and speaking of which, if you guys go to hai.donniebrand.com, and by the way, I'm working on getting a new domain and website for this, and adding the forum for the VIPs, because I have a forum coming out that will be for VIPs. If you guys go ahead and check out my new website, I would really appreciate that. See what I've got going on here. You have access to my Twitter. You can my Twitter. You guys can follow me on here. You can find my YouTube, a basic example of a trading plan. It shows what I teach in my VIP courses. We have the prices here, a little bit about myself, my donation tabs. If you guys like what I'm doing, I truly appreciate every donation. It usually gets right back invested into cryptocurrency so that I can continue learning more and continue teaching you guys with that information that I do. And if you guys want to try out a month of my VIP course, you guys can click here. You can pay with Bitcoin. You can pay with your debit card. You can pay with, or debit or credit card, I mean. You can pay with PayPal. You can pay with Dash, Litecoin, Ethereum. I accept them all. And we kind of just have this area. It's called Discord, is what I use to run all this, and I'm working on migrating some of what I do over to my website. I've got an entire high altitude roadmap and a lot going on for my company, employees, and like I take this extremely seriously, you guys. This isn't just a game for me. Like, this is actually my full-time job. I do this every single day. I have been out in New York for the past little while, which has made it a little bit harder. And I've also been trying to stay away from the markets due to the bad conditions. But I have this entire area where all these people are here all the time. I've got moderators, VIPs, admins. As you can see, we talk about the markets and, just try to help everybody out so that we can all continue to make money off of this very lucrative thing going on, which is cryptocurrency, and it's amazing. So yeah, sorry about my bad connection, you guys. I'm not in a familiar place. I've never been to New Jersey. I've been to New Jersey and New York since let's see, I left on the 8th, I think. Yeah, I left on the 8th, and I've been out here, and I've left Utah 3 times besides this. So it's kind of crazy to be out in New York and New Jersey, places I've never been. But, thank you guys so much for tuning in today's video. I hope that you learned something. Go ahead and let me know if you have any questions. This will be uploaded live, or not live. This will be uploaded on YouTube if you missed it live later. And yeah, thank you guys. As always, stay profitable and have an excellent day.